Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel with me, children's author Jemma Hatt. Today's episode is going to be all about Egypt, and I can tell you why. I've had a message in response to my recent newsletter from Oliver Cook, and he says, could we have a special shout out to Callum and Nathan Cook, who have really enjoyed the series. Can we ask if you always use real places in your stories? We know lots of the places in London, but wondered about the sites in Egypt. Also, Callum completed a project on Egypt at school, and both boys really enjoyed hearing more about Egypt in your books. Where did you find out so much about Egypt and all the treasures? Thank you so much, Oliver. Well, a big shout out to Callum and Nathan, and just for you, we're going to go all the way from my living room in the southeast of England up here, all the way to Africa and the country of Egypt, and the pyramids right here. So let's go. In The Adventurers and the Temple of Treasure, which I have right here, the first place that the characters go to is the Egyptian Museum in Cairo. And that's a place I've been to myself. I went there in 2009, and it's a very distinctive red building with statues outside, and there are over 120,000 artifacts in the museum itself. And can you guess what the most famous artifact is in the museum? It's the mask of Tutankhamun, the boy king whose tomb was discovered in 1922 by Howard Carter. So you can see that if you get a chance to go. Although next year, I'm a bit sad to say, the Egyptian Museum will be replaced by a brand new museum in Giza. Next up, we're going to Giza, and probably one of the most famous sites in the whole world, the pyramids. So everybody knows what this looks like, but what you may not know is that back when the pyramids were originally built, 4,500 years ago, originally the pyramids were cased in white limestone, the shiny material you can see at the top of one of the pyramids. So they really would have gleamed in the light with smooth white material, but most of that now has been taken away. So the characters go to the pyramids and they see the sound and light show, which still continues to this day. From Giza, the adventurers go on to Luxor. Luxor is the home of the Valley of the Kings, where many of Egypt's kings and queens of ancient times are buried, including the most famous discovery of them all, the tomb of Tutankhamun. Why is the tomb of Tutankhamun famous? It's because the treasures were still intact, unlike most of the other tombs where the treasures had all been robbed years before. Another destination in Luxor is the Temple of Hatshepsut, which the adventurers visit in the book. Around the corner from the Temple of Hatshepsut is the Royal Cache, where in the book, The Temple of Treasure, Lara, Tom and Barney discover the opening in the ground, which is there in real life. From Luxor, the adventurers board a boat and head down the Nile. The Nile is the longest river in the world and travels through 11 different countries. And you may remember from the book, they come across a crocodile, a Nile crocodile, and these do exist in the river, just like this one here. The story in The Adventurers and the Temple of Treasure focuses around the Temple of Akhmeen. Now, I have some surprising and exciting news. There really is a Temple of Akhmeen, and it really is hidden under the city of Akhmeen. The opening was discovered, but nobody has been inside yet, so we don't know what's there underneath this city. It's estimated that the hidden temple underground is the size of 4 to 5 football pitches. So everything inside the Temple of Akhmeen is imaginary because nobody's been inside and we don't know what's there yet. But I did get some inspiration for the ship that the adventurers find when they enter into the secret tunnel to enter the Temple of Akhmeen. And to find out where the inspiration came from, we have to go back to Giza. So the ship of Khufu is 4,500 years old, the same age as the pyramids. And Khufu's ship was discovered in a pit by the pyramids. It's one of the oldest wooden ships in the world and one of the best preserved. So as you can see, even though The Adventurers and the Temple of Treasure is a fictional book, a lot of the mysteries and the places are real. And there's plenty more mysteries to discover and secrets from ancient Egypt to find out, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more discoveries in our lifetimes. If you'd like to find out more about ancient Egypt, Then there's plenty of books you can get at the library. There's also lots of really interesting documentaries, so you can search for National Geographic Kids or Ancient Egypt, then there's plenty on there. So you can check your TV guides because there's documentaries about Egypt all the time, or you can have a look on YouTube. I hope you've enjoyed travelling to Egypt with me. If you have any other ideas for videos that you'd like to see, then get in touch with me on my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram, or even better, sign up to my newsletter on my website, www.jemmahatt.com. And if you sign up, then you'll receive a free adventurers activity pack straight away, automatically, and you'll also receive access to bonus content and competitions, as well as news and updates from me. That's about all for now. Happy adventuring!